Okay, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Vince Femler. I'm the owner of IMS. We really appreciate you taking a few minutes with us this morning, as we kind of said in the email along, if you saw the short video. This is an educational kind of webinar. It's going to be less than 30 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Feel free to use the chat feature if you have some questions. We are recording this, so if there's other members of your team or other folks that may have interest after we're done, let us know. We'll send you the recording. Anybody that has a question, as I said, we will use the chat feature. I probably will not address these at the end of this meeting, just as I mentioned earlier, for the sake of time. Everybody's interests are a little bit different. So, but we will address those, any kind of questions that you have, and get back to you personally. So please don't be shy. So what we're going to focus on today is the IMS SecureIT platform. So a little bit about us and about Avatara. So IMS SecureIT is powered by the Avatar Complete Cloud platform, and really it's focused on the small to medium sized business market. So we were founded in 2008 really as a document management company, and Avatara was founded in 2006 to deliver what we consider a private cloud solution. Now, cloud gets thrown around a lot. We're going to break that down a little bit. One of the founders of Avatara actually was very successful with Savvis Technologies, which is really the same premise. Savvis has probably, I think, 26 to 28 data centers all over the world, and they really focused on the enterprise level. And so he felt the need that, there's a lot of small to medium-sized businesses that can utilize and benefit off that same platform. So today we're really going to focus on the discussion on full mobility, high security, on the infrastructure side as part of what we consider a digital transformation. So we have talked about, many people have talked about digital transformation. There's a lot of companies that are throwing this around. We've kind of catered it to what we have seen in our experience in the last 12 years, really in about 10 stages. And I'm not going to break all of these down, but anywhere from, I have paper everywhere in file cabinets and boxes. Maybe you've done a little bit of conversion to PDFs. Some people have done film, fish, created a folder structure, shared drive structure, and what we call information silos. So when you start to digitize components, you start putting them into various platforms, and that can be good, but it can also be a negative, because now you've segmented your information in various aspects of your business without the ability to really kind of share that information. So we move people more into what is a document management system. Our platform is called FileBound. It's developed by Upland. They're located in Nebraska. We've been partners with them for about 11 years now, had good success, really a digital file cabinet, so that from company-wide, any of your important documents can be housed in one location, and then you set up security rights. And so once you have that in place, then you can do a lot of different things. Electronic forms processing, you utilize workflows, integrate digital signatures, and then as we move through this transformation, more and more people are expanding into different cloud-based solutions. And obviously a hot topic in the last 6 months with the pandemic is the mobile work environment and needing to work remotely. The last thing that we're going to focus on, obviously, is the IMS SecureIT platform. So here's the philosophy built around this. Again, powered by Complete Cloud. There's amongst many concerns that a lot of executives, CEOs, CFOs, CIOs have, there's kind of three key aspects that this platform addresses. There's more than just these three, that we've kind of narrowed the scope down to one. Are we as secure with not only our data, but the data of our clients? Two, are we maximizing the productivity of our employees? Are we getting everything that we can so that we are a streamlined business? And then third, the ability to forecast IT expenses. The last thing that any business owner, CEO, president wants to hear is, we just had 2 servers go down. Do we happen to have another $20,000 to $50,000 laying around? Or we have to replace 10 desktops that we didn't expect to have to replace. It's not in this year's budget. A lot of those ups and downs of hard IT costs are going to be eliminated in this. So the IMS SecureIT platform really, provides that peace of mind in these 3 concerns and really more. So what we have seen, really main business drivers, in addition to what I already addressed, is a pain point. Okay, we've outgrown our existing model. We've either had a security breach, or we know we're not in a place to prevent a breach. So we need some help there on the security side, or from a compliance standpoint. We do work with a lot of financial institutions, banks, government, healthcare. All of those things, from maybe a HIPAA compliance, a banking regulation, a government regulation, those are not going away. They're only going to become more and more and get more complex. Or maybe there's just not a good disaster recovery plan that's in place. The second piece, as I mentioned, on the purchase side, when you buy a computer or you buy a desktop, a laptop, there's a lot of similarity in buying a car. As soon as you bought that car, as soon as you drove off the lot, it has depreciated in value. Same thing's going to happen when you keep buying computers. You're going to keep doing that same thing over and over and over. And we'll show you a little bit of a comparison screen on the next slide deck. But buying and purchasing all of that hardware, not only desktops, laptops, but your switches, your Wi-Fi access points, all of those type of things really just depreciate as soon as you purchase them. And then finally, again, from a productivity standpoint, working remote was pushed to the forefront recently with the pandemic, and the ability to be able to really access fully functioning your business environment from home without having a clunky type of VPN or a terminal server. Folks had to react to that very, very quickly. And really, in our model, it's really a VDI. It's a virtual desktop interface, which isn't necessarily new technology, but in this particular model, it's a unique, secure way of doing that virtual desktop. So this is a little bit of a side-by-side. So most businesses, current IT environment, as I said, you're going to purchase computers every 2 to 3 years. Servers might last you longer, 4 to 5 years, some even longer than that, depending on if you want to wear them out. Pretty much every business, I understand there are some Mac out there, but most businesses utilize the Microsoft Office suite. So you're either using an Exchange server for your Outlook email. Maybe you've gone over to Office 365, which is the cloud version of Microsoft, but then Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So either subscribe or purchase. Same thing on your malware, your firewalls. Subscription base is becoming more and more. It's pretty difficult to purchase outright these types of products, although there are some companies that continue to use the free malware, which I strongly discourage you to do that. But using those firewalls, malware things. Again, in the current environment, you either have an IT staff of 1 or 100, or maybe you outsource it to a managed service provider. And then finally, we mentioned a VPN connection, which is okay, but it's a little clunky. So here's the way that we look at things, and it's not just us, but really technology is a linear change. It's one directional, it's moving forward. Technology does not move in reverse. And so with this platform, we really feel like for the small to medium business market, the future of the IT is now, and this is what the IMS SecureIT model allows you to do. So first and foremost, all of your users are provided the hardware that they need to do their job. So whether they have a laptop, a desktop, that hardware is provided. Again, the switches, Wi-Fi access points. and I'm going to dive a little deeper into this. The servers are provided. There is no limit on the number of servers. So if you need one server, or if you need 100 servers, it doesn't make any difference in this environment. They're all segmented private servers to you. All of the Microsoft licensing is provided. So if you are subscribing to Office 365 now, you can continue to do that if you want. However, we provide your Exchange server. There's no additional fee for that. Everyone has a Microsoft email. But now in this particular piece, no longer do you need to pay for that, but you have the best of both worlds. So you're not paying for it, and it works just like cloud, just like Office 365. Your virus protection, your firewalls, your malware, all of this is included. And then really, this is a delicate subject, but we want to be as transparent as possible. It allows for you to reduce some of your IT staffing. So if you are outsourcing your IT, you can certainly do away with the outsource of the IT. If you have a full IT staff, again, you can reduce the staff. Now, if you're a very large company, can you completely eliminate your IT staff? Probably not. There's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 people that you're still going to need to keep on board, but you can significantly cut the IT staffing or repurpose them to another department. And then finally in this, the secure virtual desktop interface for the full mobility. So we break this down really in kind of 4 buckets. One is that infrastructure that I talked about. So the first thing that we do is we build out your business server with Active Directory. And if you're not familiar with Active Directory, basically it gives you single sign-on capability so that once you have everything set up from your username and your password, you can sign in via Active Directory and get you access to those applications that you have now. The Exchange server, we give you your own dedicated Exchange server, again, with all the Microsoft products. The other server, the file server standpoint, if you are using multiple folders, shared drives, those kind of things, we can put those here. Again, if you're interested in utilizing a document management software like FileBound that I'd mentioned, we would put a what we call a premise-based or a server-based FileBound application on this server. And again, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You now own that software, it's dedicated to you, but it works as if it is a cloud, because this is a remote environment you can work for. Next couple of things, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the security piece, so I'm not going to dive into those, but then the application servers. So in your core line of business, whether it be QuickBooks, whether it be Fiserv in the banking industry, or Jack Henry, or whatever that is in the banking industry, if it's in the medical area, maybe your EMR software, all of those applications that you're using on a day in and day out basis, we would install, again, on as many application servers as you need to run your business. So you wouldn't have to locally install anything. Again, from a disaster recovery standpoint, you have that taken care of. So we configure and build out your entire dedicated private infrastructure in a server environment. Quick snapshot of what the data, this is actually a snapshot of the data center that's located in St. Louis. There are multiple data centers with backup. It is the at the level of security SSA 18, SOC 2 type 2 data center. So it is as secure of a data center as you can get. Actually, it's even secure to the level of national security. Nothing is offshored. As far as the physical security, biometric badge access, video surveillance, all of that is done. In regard to power, there are dual feeds, so dual electric companies that feed power into these data centers. And the way that the environment works is these servers are constantly being charged from a data or a battery standpoint. If the power does go out, the batteries automatically kick in. If they can get the power back in time within the next, say, 24 to 48 hours, then obviously the electricity pumps back in and starts charging the batteries again. If not, it skips right to diesel. So really there is no downtime in this environment. The other thing to mention is from a bandwidth standpoint, multiple feeds from different internet service providers. So if CenturyLink goes down, they still have AT&T, vice versa. So really the elimination of downtime. And then I skipped over the hot air containment. You'll see in the the top of this picture, those are cooling socks. Obviously with this many servers, they generate a lot of heat. And so it is constantly the hot air is constantly being pushed out and cool air being pumped in. This is a picture of the Windows 10 thin client. So basically every user is provided dual monitors. You'll see that small box on the back end. Basically that is a direct feed to your private data center. You're provided a keyboard, mouse, soundbar, and these monitors, sorry. Obviously, if you have a desktop computer, a laptop computer right now, you can keep using those until really they wear out and die, because none of the processing in our environment takes place locally. So you don't need to buy a desktop or a laptop with a bunch of memory, a bunch of processing speed. Really, we are turning your computer into a dumb terminal and attaching that thin client. At some point in time, if you drop it, you break it, whatever, from your existing hardware, then we replace your hardware, no cost. Second piece, this is the managed security piece, and the next slide I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you what this looks like. Included out of the box really is your platform security, so that virus protection, malware. It's kind of like envisioning your company as a castle. So we build the castle, build it the high walls. You have one point of entry, and then we kind of build a moat around that castle, protecting anything that's coming in. And then we start layering out from there. So Cisco Umbrella has been around a while. It really looks for known threats, so things that are out there all the time, phishing, spam, those kind of things, we layer that on. Alert Logic really is looking for patterns, so zeros and ones. So if there's irregularities coming in and out of your ISP addresses, Alert Logic is going to catch those and say, look, something's kind of funny looking here as far as your normal day work. Multi-factor authentication, everybody's pretty familiar with that. I want to log into a site. Okay, we'll enter this 6-digit code. There's a couple of ways that we can do that multi-factor authentication. Secure email, again, most people have this, but if you don't, we can layer that on. And then finally, that last layer of know before, this is a training software, so we can actually help train your employees for cybersecurity threats. So we can instigate, simulated phishing campaigns, teach them what to click on, what not to click on, attachments, those kind of things. The third bucket really talks about this mobility piece. So phone, computer, tablet. In the IMS Secure model, we really simplify the mobility. So basically, wherever you're at, you are connected to your desktop. There is a small application that we can put on your computer if you want. It's called Avatar Connect. So it's just a little quick pop-in, username, password, you connect, and immediately you'd be logged into your computer. So again, it's device agnostic. Doesn't matter if it's a Surface tablet, an iPad, an iPhone, an Android phone. It doesn't make any difference. So for example, right now I could walk out to my car, get on my iPhone, and I would pick up exactly where I am right now on this PowerPoint. So it is live, real-time mobility. Last piece is support, 24/7, 365 US-based help desk support. So the way that the Complete Cloud Avatar team, again, based out of St. Louis, has a 3-tier support team, which is, pretty standard. But basically, the way that Tier 1, they help you with browser issues. Let's say you have a user that can't get into Chrome. We'll help you with that. You can't get something to print. We'll help you with it. Maybe you can't get into your email, or maybe your email's locking up. Same thing. Any of your Office suite can be taken care of. Login issues, and when I say login issues, it doesn't mean just into the IMS Secure platform, you could have trouble logging into an application like QuickBooks or your normal application. This team will get on the phone with the help desk support team of whoever that application is to try to solve your users' problems. So again, this gets back to helping minimize or eliminate some of the IT team locally, because now you have a full service IT team 24/7, 365. Obviously, there's some things that need to be escalated up to tier 2, but you basically in the bottom left-hand corner have a virtual chief information officer that's going to help you, increase workflows, maybe help you with strategic planning. Projects department is going to help you with various migrations. Maybe you acquired another company or you decided to build another brick and mortar, a new site. We're going to help you build that out. The orders department, from a new users, maybe you've added 5 people, maybe you've had to let go of 5 people. We can spin up those users, get them their password, log in, all of that stuff taken care of from this help desk. And then finally, at the very end there, the field tech, the on-site support, that is where our team at IMS, our IT team, work hand in hand with the support desk support team out of St. Louis for hands-on. Because while we would love to say everything could be done remotely, there are certain things that you just need boots on the ground, and that's what we're here for. That's the kind of the 4 buckets. Now, we can talk again more specifically, and if you have questions, we will address those personally. The way that this platform is built out is it's delivered in a private cloud per employee per month subscription pricing. So if you have 100 people, you're going to get billed for 100 people. The next month you have 105, you get billed for 105. You go back to 90, you get billed for 90. So at all times what your IT budgetary spend is going to be. So now you have eliminated the need for capital expenditures, putting in a large budget, an estimated guest type of budget to say we're going to have to replace 50 computers or 10 servers, or all of that goes away. It is a very simplified operational expense of per employee per month. So that is as simple as we can make it. We want to say thanks for coming today. True to my word, it's about 25 minutes after the hour. Again, I know everybody has visited a lot of webinars. I know I have. As I mentioned in my video, I've attended more webinars in the last 5 weeks than I have in the last 5 years. Some good, some bad. So hopefully you found this, informational. Hopefully it's something that we can help with. If there is anything that we can do for you, feel free to email me. You see my direct line, my email address right there. Feel free to visit the IMS SecureIT. And again, if there's any kind of questions, utilize the chat. Go ahead and send us a chat. Our team will stay on until 11:30 so that we record those chats. And again, this session will be recorded. So thank you all very much. We appreciate your time. We'll hold on to the line to look at those chats, and then we'll get back to you personally.